What's today? Monday?
Yep.
It's such a weird time we're recording though.
It is. I felt weird coming.
It's 2 p.m. on a Monday.
Yep.
And you got nothing to do.
Well, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, not at 2 p.m. What I said the other day to Asael on, I think it was Saturday. We were waiting for the next gig, or he hadn't sent me the address to the following one because now you know what he does. He won't send all the addresses in the beginning. He'll send them as soon as we finish that gig, and then we have another hour, and then he'll send it, and then we go and like.
Oh, the genie special.
Yeah, well at least you get the address now. Before
yeah,
Genie,
that's true.
You would just
you hop in the van and you don't even know where he's taking you.
You wouldn't know how long it's gonna take, or
gotta,
where it's at, what time.
You just gotta pray that you get there safely, especially with Asael driving.
You know he's scared. He's scared to drive fast though.
Who?
Asael.
Why?
Well, I think the main reason is because he'll get pulled over and get deported. And I made a joke about that once, pretty messed up joke, where he was telling me that I drive fast, and I was like, well, it's because I have papers.
Damn, dude.
And he was like, muchacho. I made that joke to him a couple of times. Still funny, but anyways, he was sending the address, or he hadn't sent it yet. And I'm like, where's the address? And he says, or I tell him, where is the what did I say? I think I said, where's the designation? Or adjonation?
Adjonation.
No, but on that one, before that gig started, Jarek got pulled over again. So it's been quite a while since we recorded, right?
Yeah.
Jarek has gotten pulled over twice now.
What?
And
since we recorded last
since
time?
the last time we recorded, yeah. And he got in a car accident.
Was it an accident?
Well, you heard about who it was with, right?
Yeah. Not from Jarek.
Well, I mean, it was Jarek's fault. Well, Jarek was driving too close. It was 3 cars, but only 2 cars got damaged. And Jarek was driving pretty close to the second car, and just slammed him right in the back. And that was on the. Matt lost one of his nuts. Literally. Did you find it?
Yeah.
There you go. It's salty.
Yeah. Salty.
Oh yeah, sorry for those 16-year-olds that listen to us.
Oh yeah, no, sorry guys.
I don't know why you listen to this podcast. You're 16.
Yeah.
Well. But if you are, send us a DM on Instagram so we shout you out.
Mm-hmm.
Get you popular in your high school.
In your mariachi group.
That was actually on Halloween night.
Yeah, dude, I heard about it. I was like, what? And I didn't hear from either of those guys, actually. Did you say who it was already?
No, I don't want to say who it was, because I'm also going to talk about the other thing he did that day.
Oh.
And just the reason I want to say his name is because he never does that.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
Yeah.
So
You're
it was
good,
kind of
man.
like...
You're a good man. Yeah, I only have 1 hour this weekend too.
1 hour. So yeah, this was Halloween night, and so we had somebody come help us out, and Matt was supposed to do it, but Mac backed out.
You said you got him before.
Well, yeah.
I texted you be like, hey, So just in case you guys are thinking of me, I can or whatever.
That
You're
was
like,
like
nah, we got this guy instead before, anyways.
That was like a
We forgot about
Wednesday.
you.
But we had somebody help us out on it was Halloween night. Or no, it wasn't Halloween night. It was the week after. Cuz Halloween night we had this guy Pablo from San Antonio. It was the week after Halloween night. So he came to help us out. And so this guy was supposed to be at my house at 5:30 and it's already like 5:37 and this guy's never late. He's usually like either right on time or even before that time. So he doesn't show up and I call him. He doesn't answer. I'm like, well, I mean, I got to go because we got to be there by 6.
Yeah.
So I get there, I get to the gig and I call him. He's not there. I don't see him. And Asael gets there. Asael was late, like a couple minutes, like 30 minutes late. And I told Asael, I'm like, hey, has this guy called you? And he said, no. And I was like, well, he's not here. And he was supposed to show up at my house. So we're calling him and he doesn't answer. And I call his boss because he plays with a different group and he doesn't know where he's at. And I don't know who he lives with. And so I was like, well, I don't know what to do. He calls me like at 6:15.
Started the smoke signals, everything.
And by the way, he was our only rhythm player. I was on bass.
So play vihuela.
He was playing vihuela. And I was playing bass and I didn't have a guitar or anything. I just had my bass. So we couldn't like just start. And it was a wedding, a 2-hour wedding. So he calls me like at 6:15 and he's like, hey, I just woke up. The gig starts at 6. This guy lives like 40 minutes away from where the gig was. And he's like, yeah, I just woke up. And we're like, why?
What time did you wake up? Like 6:15?
Well, he woke up at 6:15. The gig was at 6. So he was not going to make it on time. And he goes off by saying, hey, do you think y'all can find somebody to cover for me?
Oh, shit.
At 6 p.m. on Saturday?
Yeah.
We're like, dude,
You
no.
ain't gonna find nobody. That's prime time.
I'm like, no, there's no way we can find anybody, even the bad players. Even the bad players already have gigs or they're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, all we can do is wait.
Mm-hmm.
So we waited. We waited until 7 p.m. He gets there at 7 p.m. And we still played the 2 hours there. It was fun. It was all right. It's just he's not used to our tempo.
Oh.
He's just not used to playing fast in general.
Yeah.
And we play stuff fast.
Yeah,
Cumbias fast.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't keep up. He started doing like alternate rhythms or playing it like 2/4.
Uh-huh.
And he just couldn't keep up with the tempo.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll just play a cumbia and we'll play that cumbia for like 10 minutes or like we'll do la bala and we'll do it for a long time really fast. And we started doing other stuff like fast, like the song Camaleon and La Chona. We do La Chona now.
Oh, wow.
We play super fast though. Well, I mean everything fast, and this guy is not used to it, so he didn't really get used to it towards the end of the night. Yeah. But on the way to the second gig, we were all driving separate cars, so there was 5 of us, 5 cars.
Oh shit!
I was ahead of everybody else. Because I was taking off. I was driving fast. Oh, I had a rental car at this point. I finally got my car back, and you saw it outside. Yeah. And
but you had a rental car
for that weekend, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because my brother's car, the transmission gave up.
What? Damn, dude! Holy shit!
It wouldn't reverse anymore.
Yeah, no, it's done. Fuck.
I took it out. I managed to get it to AutoZone. Well, because it's still drive, forward, and I put the code reader, and it just says that a solenoid switch is stuck on.
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's stuck.
And it's basically like stuck in third gear. So I was like, yeah, I can't take it to the gig because I can't reverse. Yeah. Reversing is kind of important.
Wait, before you move on, how many days was that after we went to San Antonio?
Oh, you know what? That was crazy because we went to San Antonio right to interview Carlton. That was a Wednesday. The car. So 1 week from like the day that we went to San Antonio.
So about a week. Dang.
Yeah, it was a week, and the car just
okay
gave up.
I was just curious.
Yeah, because that car made it to San Antonio,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean it drove fine.
Yeah. It was good.
There was nothing. I mean, just needed gas, so we put gas, and but there was nothing wrong with the car,
Yeah.
and it just gave out like that. It's just
Dang.
weird, and it only has like 132,000 miles,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't a lot for this kind of car. So I mean, I had to get a rental car because there's no way I was gonna make all these gigs.
Yeah.
So with this rental car though, it was super nice. It was like a 2020 Hyundai Accord,
Dang.
and it took off. So I was just driving, just going faster than I should have. And it was cool because I got papers. And so there's three. Asael is always super late. Like, well, not late. He takes a while. Well, also he needs to get paid.
Yeah.
So we take off and he takes off after. So I was ahead of everybody else, and then Asael was way in the back, and then there's the other three. It was Jarek, that guy, and Chris.
Ah, okay. Chris
Violin from San Antonio.
Cool.
So Chris was in front, then it was that guy, and then it was Jarek.
Mm.
Chris like slams on the brakes for some reason. I don't know why. I guess he like was about to pass a house that we were gonna play at.
Oh shit.
So he like stopped suddenly. And then the second guy in the middle, brakes also.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't hit him. Jarek likes to dude, it's crazy to let Jarek drive.
Oh, I know.
When I found out this guy drove, I was like, really? This guy actually drives. He just slammed into the second car.
Did you see it happen?
I didn't see it happen because I was ahead of everybody else. I didn't even know that it happened.
Dude, I would have been so pissed. I'm glad because you said I was gonna go. I'm glad I didn't go, dude.
Yeah, bad. Shit, and Jarek tried to move out of the way, but he turned his car to the left. So the front right side of Jarek's car hit the back left side of the other car. But what was funny is Jarek's car got more damage than the other car.
Dang, dude.
Like Jarek's car got kind of bad damage because the passenger door, the side, it didn't want to open.
Oh shit, dude!
Because he just bended everything.
Was he upset or what?
No.
Muchacho. I wonder if his mom's mad at him already.
Well, luckily they had insurance.
Because he already fucked up his own car.
Yeah, he totaled that car.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was drunk, dude. He says he was oh no, I'm sure that he was drunk and then he fell asleep.
Yeah, because that was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
When he was driving back from gigs or something, and he used to have this like police car, and that car just got destroyed. And now he has this car. So they got in a car accident, and the thing is they couldn't call the police or anything because we were barely on our way to the second gig. So it wasn't until the end of the night. We only had 4 hours, but they called. No, they called police. They just took pictures and had the insurance and stuff, and that was it.
The other guy's like, nah, it's all right. It's all good. Because he's cool like that sometimes.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. He looked upset, but it was like, well, I mean, it wasn't his fault, and the insurance is gonna pay for it. So,
so understanding. Yeah, I would have went off on you.
You would have actually punched him this time.
Yeah,
not like last time, or where you didn't. And that was 2 weeks ago. And the very next day, I turned in the rental early because my car was supposed to be ready on Sunday. Well, it was a chance it was going to be ready, but it was down in McAllen in the valley.
Yeah.
So that car was about 5 hours away from where I live. So I took the chance of driving the car with a broken transmission to the valley. Yeah. And it made it.
Dang, dude. How'd you do it?
Barely made it. Well, like I said, it could drive forward. And once you got to 45, it drove fine. But I put oil, just motor oil.
Yeah.
And that helped a little bit. That's really all I could do.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't put anything in the transmission because it was sealed.
Yeah.
So I made it. I drove it, and
you drove 45 the whole way?
No. I say I was driving like average of like 70, 65.
You didn't have to put gas?
I usually put gas in Three Rivers.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's like somewhere halfway
Uh,
from here. And well, because I've already taken this route so many times, I already know where I don't have to reverse
reverse.
or where I don't have to go anywhere with hills. Oh, I after driving that car, I realized how many hills are actually in this area.
Yeah, yeah.
Because yeah, as I know, but once it messes with driving,
Yeah.
once it
becomes your
messes with your
focus.
car, like you realize there's too many hills in this
Yeah.
city. So the hills were hard and scary because like if you're going up a hill, and so this car, like there's a chance where it just won't go over the hill
Mm.
because it's not getting enough torque
Yeah, yeah.
for the engine to get over the hill. So there's sometimes where like I would feel it slow down or like start slipping.
You're like, well,
And I was like,
gonna start rolling backward.
I was like,
Let's
but
see. See what happens.
I made it. I dropped it off at my brother's place. He wasn't even there. He was like in Houston. He was working. My car still wasn't ready. It was getting painted. So like all the repairs was fixed.
Uh-huh.
All the damage was fixed, but it still wasn't finished with the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So so I had to stay the night in McAllen, and my car was supposed to be ready by like noon, 11 a.m. Monday.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I still had class. But luckily my classes are online. So I had like a 12:30. I was online. I just did that at the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then the car was ready at 5. The problem is I had class at 6:30,
Uh-huh.
and this class is like 3 hours long.
Shit.
So I was like, I don't want to be in class while driving like
yeah.
4 or 5 hours. I wasn't gonna get back here till like 10 p.m. or later.
Mm.
So I was like, I'll just leave the next morning.
Yeah.
So I left. I don't remember what time I left. Maybe like 7, or no, it was like 10. Yeah, I left like at 10 a.m. And I made it back. But that's when like that's why I wasn't able to record
Mm-hmm.
because I was still over there. But so I was able to get my car back and finally done with that. Dude, that took like 5 months for my car to get fixed. It's just because the insurance never sent the check.
Oh,
And it wasn't
okay,
my
okay.
insurance. It was the other cars and insurance.
Yeah. So
And
they hit you or what?
yeah. But this guy was driving a rental car.
Oh shit.
And rental car insurance agencies, they suck.
Works very differently.
They just take forever to pay, or they just don't want to.
Yeah.
Luckily, they did. It just took a long time.
Mm.
So I was able to finally get that done. So now my car is fixed.
Mm. That looks good, man. I saw it.
Yeah. And the guy tells me when I pick up the car, he's like, "All right, it's ready for you for the next time."
Down, dude. Ready for next time you get in an accident.
He said that joke like 3 times.
Thank you. Come again.
I'm like, dude, nah. I don't plan to.
No.
Probably will.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're like, those are one of the people that you pray that you don't see ever again.
Yeah, like the dentist.
The dentist, the doctor.
The doctor, I don't know what, like
Asael.
your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. The ex-girlfriend. Maybe the ex-wife, you know.
Ex-wife.
Depends on the relationship you had.
Oh. Wonder if any of them listen to this.
Any of my ex-wives? I never had them.
Your ex-wives. Any of my ex-wives out there listening to this.
Yeah. All my exes, they do not live in Texas. That was a bad joke.
Yeah, well, Matt's from the country, so.
From the country. I'm from Ka. I'm from Ka.
They don't even finish words.
I'm from Ka, Texas. While you were doing that, I was... I don't remember what I was doing, dude.
You don't remember the last 2 weeks?
What was I doing every time you... Because you called me a couple times, right? When you were over there? Or for gigs, I think. To fill in for you, or... I don't remember what I was doing. I probably had gigs. We've
I
had
don't
a lot
know.
of work lately, man.
Yeah, Relampo was actually playing now.
Yeah. This past weekend we had 5 hours on Saturday and then 2 on Sunday. The weekend before that it was 4 on Saturday. I think 1 on Sunday and then 1 on Friday night. So
Wow,
pretty good weekend. And then
that's like 10 hours for Relampo.
yeah, that was the past 2 weeks. It picked up all that. It was weird. What most of it for the Saturday days. For the Saturdays, that was weird. What did we do? Oh, we both Saturdays, the past 2 Saturdays, we ended in Kyle, and both of those Kyle gigs were 3 hours. 2 Saturdays ago, it was actually for the owners of one of our plantas that we used to have. We don't have it now because of COVID. They don't know when they're gonna have us back. So, I mean, they'll have us back. It's just a matter of when. Um, I know some places, other than Austin, already, things are kind of getting back to normal. As far as just having entertainment back at restaurants and stuff. But for us, like for Austin, it's been kind of slow. I know a couple groups that have gotten their plantas back, but we haven't.
Jalisco got one.
Jalisco got one. I think Amor got one.
Oh, they did?
It's a newer one. Yeah, they got a. I think it's a Arandinas.
Oh,
One
the
of
one here in
those.
Austin? Or one of the Arandina?
It's one of them. I don't know which one it is.
On Thursday or Friday?
I know it might be a Friday. I can't remember exactly, but I'm not too sure. We can ask their new bass player.
Or we can ask. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I played with. Oh, I was going to talk about that. I played with their new bass player on Saturday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He
Wait,
told,
with you guys?
yeah. He told me not to say anything.
Este vato.
But it's because he doesn't want Sophia to know. But Sophia don't listen to this, dude.
Yeah, she don't. So yeah, like we haven't gotten our planta back, but it was for that 3 hour gig in Kyle was for the owners of one of those restaurants, Azul Tequila, and that was interesting. Like that weekend we had 2 trumpet players on Saturday
Wow.
because the first one was pretty early, and we had Carlos Maldonado.
It's just so weird. Carlos to play with Relampo.
Yeah, he helped us out. He's a good trumpet player, man. And it's funny because a lot of the things that we were doing, like we did a few sones and polkas, and I guess he hasn't played some of them in a while. Uh, I look back at him, he was like, man, sweating and everything. And he plays them so good, dude. I love like the tone that he has, and he plays them really well, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good trumpet player. He knows a lot, but he just, I guess with his group, they don't really play that stuff anymore. Or that much. Every now and then they will. But he was all sweating. He was like, man, that was fast. And that was weird because he only helped us out for the first hour. That first hour, they tried to cut us off. Like this guy, it was in an apartment complex. And this guy came out of nowhere. He was like talking to the family. And then one of the family members, I guess the guy that hired us, came up to us and was like, hey, can you stop because we started at 4. He wanted us to stop at like 4:25. So that's like less than half the hour. And yeah, it was weird. And then like we did one song after that. We were like, okay, it's cool. We're still getting paid. And after the next song that we did, he came up to us again and was like, okay, just stop at 4:55, which is basically the whole hour. I mean, I don't understand why he doesn't say just stop at 5, but he said stop at 4:55. We're like, okay, whatever. So we basically did the whole hour, and that one was. Other than that was pretty normal. We left. We rushed to the Kyle gig. That was. We knew that was 3 hours. We had Victor Figueroa help us out on trumpet.
Victor just had a kid.
Yeah, yeah, he
He had a
did.
baby.
Yeah,
He's a grown man now.
he's a guy.
Remember him in college?
He's growing, man. Yeah.
Yeah, his big old beard.
No, it's not that big anymore.
Well, yeah,
Now
no,
you can see a little bit of his chin.
but back in 2015,
Back in 2015, man,
it was huge.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And then people still got after me for having a beard.
Oh yeah,
I just didn't care,
Your three
though.
little hairs you had. Well, are you
I'm
talking
grown
about?
now. I'm grown now.
Are you talking about
It's
your
full.
beard recently or back in 2015?
Back in 2015.
Oh yeah, your three little hairs that you.
It's changed, right? You think it's changed?
Well, yeah, I mean it's fuller now.
Yeah, people, I mean, have always told me you're not supposed to have. The words they used was facial hair. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen mariachis with mustaches, but the words they used was facial hair.
Yeah, that's unwritten rule. I don't know if it's written or not. I mean, there's no like rule book that you have to look up for mariachi when you start. So I guess they're all unwritten, but you're not supposed to have a beard.
Yeah.
A mustache is okay for some reason.
And I'm a freshman in college. And I'm looking around and I see Victor looking like, I don't know, like Gandalf, like how long his beard was. I mean, except it's not white, but yeah, his beard was huge, man. And for some reason, they're giving me shit. Maybe because I look kind of homeless. I don't know.
Joe Frank's
Like it was just like, oh,
little pencil thin mustache.
oh yeah, yeah, dude, look like Chef Boyardee.
Tiny. I used to shave completely for like performances.
Yeah, a lot of people they tell me shave everything. I got out of Trovadores. I think about a few weeks before they went to Houston, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And what I had heard is Israel had made them all shave, like everything, mustache, all.
Never.
And I'm like, man, I'm so glad that I left when I did because that would have been a nightmare for me. Like I literally, like I made that joke about seeing Victor's chin earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have not seen my chin since I was in high school. I think. Like I don't even know what it looks like now, dude. And then with a mustache, either without a mustache, it's been a while. So I never. Those of you who know me, I never shave, ever.
Ever.
Yeah, talking
it's-
about my
it-
face.
It's been a while since I've shaved completely.
Yeah.
I have a beard trimmer, but I get like
Yeah.
a super, super close trim. So it always looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow, basically.
Mm. Yeah, same here. I mean, I get it like a super close. Well, how close do you get to your face?
Like I just use like the blade all the way up to
Oh,
the
shit.
lowest point.
Yeah. See, I
But-
never do that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like having a beard. It's because it's annoying, and well,
Yeah.
when you have it consistently for a long time, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I even have a beard oil that I use.
Yeah.
Shampoo. You gotta have a shampoo for it. Beard oil. Don't really have to comb it.
You put a shower cap on your beard.
Yeah. Dumb,
Yeah.
Dude, Asael, one time he wanted me to braid it when it was long. Remember, he wanted me to
Yeah.
freaking braid it. Dude, I was like, no.
Oh
It's
well,
nasty.
for the people that follow us on Instagram, I posted a picture of me during the quarantine. I don't know if you saw it.
I think I did.
Or was
Oh
this
yeah, you did recently,
super
dude.
super big
Dude,
beard,
your
long
beard
hair.
was crazy long.
I don't even look like me.
You sent me a picture of it actually when you were gone,
Yeah, while I was over there.
and it looked so foreign to me. You look like an alien. I'm saying that because I haven't seen you in a long time.
Uh-huh.
Like I was just shocked, dude. I was like, whoa! I didn't even know you could grow a beard.
You could. I just
Is your hair
don't.
black? Is it black?
Yeah.
It's black. Yeah, that's why it's so thick. It's blacker
Mhm.
hair. With black hair, it's so just the follicle. I don't know what it is, the science of it, but it's just thicker.
Yeah, when I left, I was super in shape, then clean face,
Yeah,
and come back like 20 pounds heavier with a big beard, long hair.
yeah. Look like a lion.
Did like a Mexican line.
But anyways, I don't know how we got off topic here.
Talking about beards.
Oh yeah,
Well, you're talking about
beards.
that gig that
Victor.
y'all did.
Yeah, we played Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
Victor with the beard. We did 3 hours with him, and that was pretty good to see him again. You know, long gigs like that is pretty fun. It's just tiring sometimes. We played on a lopsided hill. I don't know if that happens to you guys. Well, I
Yeah.
guess everywhere you go.
That's core
lopsided.
strength right there. If you have good core strength, you don't feel it.
I mean,
'Cause
mine's
you're at an angle
okay.
and then you just.
Mine's okay, but I always stand like I don't know, like Captain Morgan when I'm on a hill. So like my right heel was like killing me, dude. On top of that, the day of the gig, um, you know that little flap at the bottom of your botin, your one of your botines.
Yeah.
It was like, or I guess one of the soles, or those things you slide in your feet. Those like cushions
Yeah,
or whatever.
on the inside of
It's
the
like
boot.
paper in one of my botines, and it was like messed up, and it was bothering me. And I was like, I ripped it out and I threw it away. So it was pretty hard underneath my
Yeah.
on my
okay.
heel, and yeah, I mean, 4 hours, and then 3 hours you're standing there the whole time, like that. My foot was pretty. It was feeling it. My dogs were barking. But no, I mean, 3 hours like that with us is pretty cool because we get like a break every hour. We'll tell them, hey, we're gonna take a break every hour. And the guys from Azul
Yeah,
Tequila, they're like,
understand.
oh yeah, because they're used to that. So, but they were asking for some like pretty interesting stuff, man. Like we even played, which I haven't played since college. The Texas State Mariachi was Viva Veracruz
Mhm.
Uno. We did that one. Uh, and it wasn't bad for not remembering most of it. I didn't remember it, dude.
Yeah, you remember the part in E, the E major part?
Yeah, I remembered it. I messed it up actually in the beginning. You go, what is it? B7, B
Mhm.
B B E E A E A E B E. I think I played like E to B7 the whole time during that part. But I got it perfectly the next couple times we did it, and that's pretty much the only part. Everything else was kind of and then we did a lot of fun, like did a lot of fun sonas, other sonas too, polkas, and that was that day. Sunday I don't remember that gig, so it must have been not must not have been interesting. This weekend was pretty stacked. On Saturday we did, what was it, 1 hour, we did 2 separate hours, and then another 3 hour gig. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, I can't remember these gigs, man. I'm like blanking out. Maybe it'll come to me.
We haven't really talked about our gigs in a long time.
Yeah, I guess it's been so long.
But a few weeks ago, it was that holiday that even you guys had a couple of these was San Juditas.
Oh, we only had one.
You only had one.
We only had one, and even then, it wasn't that hard, because like my boss didn't even know what that holiday was.
Who's son Judas?
Yeah, he didn't even know what it was for. So we don't do many of
when
that one.
when they called him for a San Juditas gig, he was like, "Oh, what's his name?
No,
is it a birthday?"
no, he didn't even know like until we got there. He's like, "What is this?" Because they had it all set
They had
up.
a shrine and everything.
Yeah, they had the shrine, and Luis like it's San Judas, and he's like, "What?"
That's what you
You
get
gotta
for
tell him
being
in
from
English.
Austin.
You gotta tell him in English. Saint Judas.
Saint Jude.
Saint Jude.
Playing Beatles songs. But we had a bunch of those, dude. We played all week
Yeah.
that week because his actual birthday was a Wednesday. I think it was October. What is it? 27th. I forget the actual day for his birthday, but we played the day before, the day of, and the weekend we also had those gigs. But that week, I played probably like for the entire week, 15 hours,
Mm.
something like that. 15 hours throughout the whole week. And it was really cold that week. I don't know if you remember. It was the week of Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
On actual Halloween, it wasn't that cold.
Yes, it
But
was.
the week of
Everything's cold for me, dude.
well,
If it's colder than 80 degrees, like, it's too
well,
cold.
you had your big afro that day.
Yeah, yeah. That's why my head was cold. I was Stephen Hyde for Halloween.
And
My girlfriend was Jackie Burkhart.
it's Jackie. She should have been the biker chick.
That's funny, dude.
When he went out on a date with instead of Jackie.
Honestly, that chick was pretty. She was pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forget her
that would have
name.
been funny.
Or Donna.
Yeah,
Be Donna.
that would have been weird.
She should have been Mrs. Foreman.
Mrs. Foreman. She got it.
Be Mrs. Foreman. I've been calling her all night. I'm Mrs.
I'll
Foreman.
be Miss Foreman.
Should have been red
Red.
or a bald cap.
Nah, I would shave my head for that.
You would shaved it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is your forehead big enough?
I think so. Yeah.
But that week we had a lot of work, and I still had my brother's car, and it was working at that time. I don't know. Maybe the cold messed it up.
Maybe. I think it was just sitting for a while. You know.
It had been sitting for like a couple months before I drove it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get it, I drive it 5 hours.
That poor car, dude.
I just gave out. It lasted as long as it did. It's pretty crazy.
It's like not working out for a couple months and then
And then
Run a
we're gonna go
marathon.
bench 500 pounds.
yeah. Like somebody that I know
I can do that.
who says they can do it.
I'm pretty sure you can though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eli's a big guy. Nah, I'm not talking about you, Eli. Does Eli listen to this?
Only when Adolf's on there apparently. No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I gotta ask him again.
But so this last weekend, we only had 4 hours again.
Really?
Sad.
Only 4.
Yeah. No, it was good. We started out with 6, and they canceled, and then new people called,
Yeah.
so we got the hours back. But then other people canceled, and that's just what it was like all the
Yeah.
way up until the day of Saturday, and we ended up with 4 hours, and they're all 1 hour gigs. And so you know how I was just talking about that guy that was late, like an hour late.
Yeah.
Asael got pissed just because he was like, I mean, it's just messed up the whole day.
Yeah.
Dude, on Saturday, Asael was 30 minutes late,
Oh,
which, so the people that don't play mariachi, let's say you work at HEB and have an 8-hour shift. That's like showing up 4 hours late.
yeah.
That's half the shift.
It's.
And half an hour is half the job.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed up at I think 7, because I think we're supposed to start at
Damn.
6:30. Or no, we're supposed to start at 4:30. Showed up at 5.
Why was he late?
You know, I don't know. He didn't really say.
Yeah.
He said he got caught up with something. I don't know, but the very weird part is, so you know how we usually just go black traje,
Yeah.
black shirt. This guy showed up with a black shirt, gray pants, and gray botinas.
Why?
I don't know.
He was probably playing with somebody else, dude.
Yeah, but we're the only ones in Austin that have a great traje.
Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird though. Why would he put those? Maybe something happened with his pants, or he lost them.
I assume his other pants got dirty or
Or he
ripped or
lost
something,
them, yeah.
and those were the only ones he had.
But I saw that on Instagram. You posted it,
It
and
did.
I thought that you guys were just wearing that, and I was like, that's kind of a weird combination. But
Yeah,
whatever.
like we wouldn't do that combination. That just
Yeah,
looks
the combination. It looked weird. It did. And I was like, huh.
Like maybe
Yeah.
with a white shirt and a jacket.
Maybe with the white shirt, yeah.
But like that, it was not good. So he showed up half an hour late. And then after the first gig, he tells me, he's like, "That's what I get for making fun of that other guy."
Karma's a bitch, man.
But I said JM helped us out, and he surprised me.
Why? He sang?
He sang a little bit.
Yeah, he's starting to sing choros now.
He was singing a little bit of Mañanitas, and he did the coro for El Rey.
Yeah. I think Adolf finally got to him. He
I
finally
was like,
cracked.
"Oh, finally!" It's only took you 20 whatever years, however long he's been playing mariachi. What, like 10 years?
Every now and then he'll throw in a choro or two.
Yes, randomly.
Yeah.
But he played well, and yeah, he sang some choros. But it was still mostly me singing. Well, between me, Asael, and Chris would sing a couple, and Jarek sang a couple.
Yeah.
But I was the one that would do all the choros.
Yeah.
For like most of the songs, because they don't know him. Or Jarek has been with us for years. He still doesn't sing the choros. Like Felicidades.
He sings a bit. He sings quite a few of them.
Yeah, but you know what he'll do? And it pissed all of us off. That's what me and I said. Well, be doing a song, as a coro, and he'll sing the bottom. He'll sing the low part.
I think he's just trying to warm up still, like his voice. Because if you do that, I wouldn't mind, that.
Yeah, but nobody else can reach that. We can reach the top. He's the only one that can.
I can.
You reach the top.
It takes struggle though.
Well, it's because he sings with not correct technique.
Yeah,
And
he screams.
I mean, yeah, he does.
You gotta kick him in the shin. He screams it. That's how he hits it.
He's singing all the low parts. I'm like, dude, we have like all of us can sing the low part. You're the only one who can sing the high part.
Mm-hmm.
And we only, like I said, we only had 4 hours. We finished kind of early, actually, like 11:30.
Yeah.
The very last gig, they asked for Mono del Hambre.
Oh.
And it had been a while since we played it.
Yeah.
And it went okay. The crowd wasn't as into it this time, so we ended it kind of early. And there's a couple things that happened, and that I was going to talk about. Even JM pointed them out, and I can't remember what they are. I'll probably remember about it later and talk about it. But JM was like, "Hey, that would be a good thing for the podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'll talk about it." No, I can't remember it. I need to write stuff down. I need to bring a notebook with me.
Last time I played with JM, he helped us out a couple weeks ago, and Stevie helped us out too. He came up from Laredo, and
I heard about that.
a couple of times they're like, "Hey, you got to put this in the podcast." So here goes. Actually, it was that same week for that St. Jude gig.
Was it that they went to the wrong place?
I don't think they did go.
Oh, no, that was Chris.
But that was actually a couple of years ago, or a year ago, maybe. Adolf told me, but I wasn't in the group at the time.
Yeah, like, Chris and JM, I think, went to a different gig.
Chris and JM were supposed to help Adolf out. Adolf, long story short, Adolf ended up doing the whole gig by himself.
Oh, it was a mass.
It was a mass. He ended up doing the whole mass. Vihuela by himself.
It's just on Vihuela.
Yeah, by himself.
Man, dude, that's bad.
That's impressive. But
did it?
Honestly, it's impressive. But yeah, they ended up going to the wrong church, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna make it." And I was like, "Damn." I mean, it sucks for those guys because they didn't get paid, obviously, and then I don't know if they got paid, but like they got ready and did all that driving, and then did not do the gig.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. That's what happens when you don't check your maps. Anyways, so yeah, we did. It was 2 hours, and it was on Halloween. And first of all, I was kind of upset because Adolf I had like a Halloween party planned, and Adolf was like, nobody take off before I can actually call off. Like literally that day, I was about to call off, and first thing in the morning, he's like, nobody call off. We need you. We need all of you. All hands on deck this Saturday. So he goes, we only have 1 hour though. It's okay. And then like a couple days later, I checked the calendar, and he adds another hour. And I was like, yo, what the hell? Because like I had some plans. Do you really need me? Because you said you weren't gonna add another hour. He's like, well, we got some peeps that really need the work, so I added another hour, and I was like, damn. I was like, all right, cool. So, we did the first one was a wedding. I mean, we get there, the freaking groom is like making racist jokes, and I mean, he was a white guy. He said he was half. I don't believe it though. Asshole. But he was like making racist jokes for some reason towards me, and I'm probably the whitest one there.
Towards you.
Yeah.
Like Mexican
Like, why is
racist?
he? Yeah, he was like, oh, he with like his fucking beer in his hand. He's like, oh, pardon me, I'm not trying to sound rude, but and he pointed at me. He was like, you don't look Mexican at all. And I was like, I debated on like actually like trying to speak all the Spanish that I could to him, and be like, you know, but I pictured that in my head, not going very well. So I decided not to do that, and I was like, "No, I'm Mexican, 100%." He was like all shocked and whatnot, and then I don't know. He just kept on, and everybody's looking at him like, "Dude, just stop." Or at least I was,
His wife's like, man, I'm about to divorce
He
you.
asked where my family was from, and then I don't know. Anyways, and then of course Adolf's gonna add to it. So that went on for about 10 minutes, and then they finally did their, during the reception, they're walking in and everybody's celebrating or whatever. They do the first dance. It's called that, right? The first dance. I've never been to a wedding, so
You've never been married?
never been married either.
No, yes, their first dance.
Yeah, they had the first dance, and we went in. First of all, that day was horrible because like for as long as I could remember, I've always had this problem of like tearing up my strings. I don't know if it has to do with my technique or the tension strings I'm using. I don't know, but it was happening again. So I was just like already over it. The first song I noticed they were already starting to rip, and I was like, come on, dude. So, but the last 2 weeks they've lasted, even through the long gigs. They've lasted, so I guess my technique's better now. I don't know what it is. I guess it's getting to where my nails are just passing through the strings without tearing them up. Maybe on the soft part of my nail, it's just gotten better. So, anyways, that day is when JM and Stevie were there. But when we were in line waiting for them to do their first dance, one of are they called bridesmaids?
Like the girls.
Yeah, the
or
girls, like
wife,
their friends.
Yeah, the bridesmaids.
Yeah, one of them. I don't know what the hell happened, dude. But I looked at the corner. I see it out of the corner of my eye with my peripheral vision. Like this kind of bigger girl. She like fell, dude, out of line. Like they were all lined up ready to go inside, and like either somebody pushed her or I don't know what the hell. But she like fell and like hard, dude. And we're like, and I looked, and we all looked like, what the hell is going on, dude? And like I said, I don't know what happened. It looked like somebody pushed her down, and she was like, "It was her fault. It was her fault." And they were like arguing and shit. Stevie and JM look at me. They're like, "Hey, this is going in the pod, right?" And then that gig, it was pretty easy. We did the gig, ate off. We took off. What was it? To another gig that was about an hour away. And what happened in that one? I don't remember exactly where. It was in North Austin. The first one we did was Wimberley. So imagine going from Wimberley to North Austin. That was a super long drive. And then, what happened at that gig? I forgot. Lost my train of thought. I think it was a birthday. Yeah, it was a birthday. It looked like they rented out a place, or so maybe it was somebody's house. I don't remember. But it was the St. Jude gig, the one that I was talking about earlier, and
You're gonna say St. Jude's Hospital or something.
hospital. No,
Oh yeah, yeah. St. Jude. Every time I hear that, I just think of the Beatles. On. Think of Hey Jude.
anyways, we get there, and first of all, like I thought I was gonna be late, like by a lot, because I tore my strings. I ended up changing my strings after the first gig. I like 2 of them or 3 of them. I don't remember. Uh, and so I get there, and they had just gotten there. So I was like, oh, okay, chingon. So I get off, and me and Adolf are the only ones that are walking in because the other guys, for some reason, Luis, Carlos, Stevie, and JM were like having a whole conversation back at the cars, like where we were unloading. At this moment, he's already got the stool out. Like, it's been kind of a long night, I guess, for him. Or
Once the
drive.
stool's out,
The stool's out.
ready.
So it's me, Adolf, the stool. Yeah, just
waiting.
just the 3 of us walking in to the gig, and they have a whole tent set up, the shrine, everything, and Adolf's looking around like, what is this? And he looks at me, and I don't understand what he said, so I said, what? And then he just walked away, dude. Him and the stool just took off, and I was like, okay. And and one of the clients went up to Adolf and was talking to him in Spanish. He was like, not sure what he's saying. So Louis came to save the day, and he was like telling us, oh, he wanted us to play over here and whatnot, how he wanted it to go, and so yeah, we start playing. And that gig was pretty interesting because they asked for some pretty tough songs. And, I mean, one of them, stuff like El Nieve de Enero. We did that. Stuff like that, like corridos.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did we do? What was that? Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. And what else happened at that gig? I think fuck. See, like I can't remember what happened to these gigs, dude.
This was like 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, I remember now. Okay. The funny part. So, Adolf has this stool. My job, because I stand next to him, he plays guitar, is to grab his stool whenever the gig's over, because he's like, tired by the end of the gigs, and sometimes I forget, so I'll take off, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, Matt," and I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry." Yeah, just to help him out, because he's also got to collect the money.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up doing that. I think this was the gig. I placed the stool. I placed the stool next to his car, and then I took off. Like I was the first one gone. I think he forgot about his stool because the next morning we had a gig, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I forgot my stool actually." He's like, and he goes, "Where'd you put it?" And I was like, "I put it on the passenger side of your car." And he's like, "Oh, that's why I forgot about it. I didn't see it or whatever." He goes, "I opened my car door. I couldn't find my stool." I was like, "Where's my stool at?" He was all upset at me. I felt bad because he had to go and buy another stool. It was the same exact one, of course. But he never went back for the stool, man. But that was what happened Halloween, because I had a Halloween party to go to, so I took off, dude.
Did you go to the annual Halloween mariachi party?
No.
Was
Who has
there-
that?
Was there one this year?
Yeah. Oh, Louis. Yeah,
Louis
they had
had
it. Yeah, they had it.
Did people die?
People did not die. Almost though. Almost.
Was Sophia passed out again?
Dude, I can't believe it was a year ago when that happened.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like,
I played with you guys a year ago.
yeah, 1 year ago we finished relatively early. What was it, midnight?
Relatively early. We didn't show up to the party till around 2, I think, dude.
Yeah, and I thought
Two-ish.
like usually these parties go on like all night till
Yeah,
next
yeah.
morning. But we get there, everybody was like dead.
They were done, dude. They were messed up. Louis,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure didn't even remember us.
yeah, Louis was messed up. JM was there.
We were mariachis for Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the cool thing about being mariachi, dude. I mean, every Halloween, you don't have to get a costume, man. That's
yeah,
all you got to do because
in
you're usually
costume.
working on Halloween.
Yeah,
People call for gigs on Halloween, and
I think I've worked on Halloween every night except 2016.
yeah, same here, dude. Almost every year.
But
That's crazy, man.
no, nobody invited me to that party.
Yeah, they did. That's how we ended up going.
No, I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year's party, yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
It's
No, actually, they did. But I was
you
like,
know
yeah.
what? I don't think they wanted me there because they know I would talk about it in the podcast. They don't want any of what goes on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could make up stuff right now, and it'll probably be true. But
Yeah. That
they're
night
like,
was
nah,
interesting.
it's not because I'll probably sneak a camera in there,
Yeah.
record everything.
That night was pretty funny, though.
People were scared. Halloween, I didn't do anything. Halloween, I went home.
Hey, man. Y'all didn't have gigs, though?
Yeah, but we finished like at 11,
Oh, okay.
10:30 maybe.
Yeah, we finished around the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, it was early. You know, what was funny about that week is that the same week that I did the San Juditas gigs, I also had a Santa Muerte gig.
Oh, shit, dude.
You know, and Leo never tells me
That's
that
what
we're
it is.
doing them. Yeah. He's just like, "Hey, we have a serenade. Can you do it?" I was like, sure, I guess. Cuz we had a gig out in Dripping Springs. And you know, there was a chance it was going to be 2 hours, and it probably was, but you know, that's never certain.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that gig this is with compadres. We had an hour out in Dripping Springs, and then right after there was a gig in it was in Austin with Jalisco, an hour, and then a serenade after that. But the client, they wanted another hour. We were like, well, we can't. And also took it because I knew Noel and Krillin were helping us out, and they had a gig with Sangre.
Yeah, yeah.
So they weren't gonna be able to do it. So I was like, I'll just do it. And we played an hour and a half actually, because we're like, play another half hour. So then I take off to the next gig with Jalisco. We do the hour. It was just 5 of us,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that much. It wasn't that many people. And then after that, we still had the serenade, which is like in Del Valle.
Mm.
But Mayo, the guitar be well up there.
Yeah.
Didn't go. He was at the previous one, and I was like, I wonder why he's not going. But then on the way there, I was like, this is probably Santa Muerte. And there's a lot of people who won't do them.
Why does it matter, though? Like,
Well, because of what
it stands
it
for.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that religion is you're basically worshiping death.
Mm.
Because in that kind of life, and with narcos and drug dealers,
Yeah, yeah.
death is pretty much certain.
It's inevitable.
So you have this religion which kind of embraces death. So when you die, you're protected.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of things to this religion. I don't know a lot about it, but I know they have huge shrines. And this house we went to, it was out in nowhere, like most of them are.
Yeah.
And they had I don't know, the statue is probably like 3 feet tall or something
Yeah, yeah.
of Santa Muerte, and they had a whole bunch of candles and all this stuff. And those gigs are always difficult because they just stand there and will stare quietly. Most of the time they won't get crazy or make noise.
No, they won't.
And I had to sing pretty much everything. Well, I sang everything except for Corrido de Santa Muerte. That's why I don't know it.
Yeah.
But I was like, God. I was like, it was songs that I don't normally sing, but that I know. Paloma Querida and Puño de Tierra. And I'm like, "Ah, I'm gonna mess up the words, and I did. I messed up the words, and I was like, this is one place you really can't afford to mess up the words. Huh?
Yeah.
But we got through it, and that serenade, it was what, like 5 songs, paid $75.
Hmm.
That's it. The other thing with Santa Marta gigs is they pay more
Okay. More.
because usually they'll charge them more
Yeah.
because they have the money.
Mm-hmm.
But the same week that I did San Judas gigs, I did Santa Marta gigs. It's ironic.
I've only done one of the Santa Muerte gigs. That was last year sometime. With you guys, compadres. And I remember I walked in and Jeannie was like, "It's Santa Muerte, okay? Don't get scared." And I was like, "The fuck, okay." I wasn't. I like, and I did the whole thing. I was like, "What was there to be scared about?" You know, but.
But then
the way he
like,
said it, he was like, "Don't be scared, okay?" I was like, "Shut
they
up."
pull out their guns and start
Shut
shooting.
up. Shut up, Jeannie.
They start shooting at you. Just stand there. Don't move. They probably won't hit you.
I ain't scared of nobody.
Genie doesn't like doing them, and he doesn't. It's just that one. He didn't know. They didn't tell him
Yeah.
that was Santa Marta gig.
It wasn't bad. They're nice people.
Yeah, I mean, they are most of the time. Just sometimes when you're there and then they randomly get like a drive-by shooting or something, you're like,
No, man.
yeah, has to be this day, this time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, gigs, we don't really do those anymore. Or I don't, at least. Play with Hood Lampago and weird.
yeah, you're protected.
Mainly weddings and birthday parties. And
But what's something that did happen on Saturday that I'm kind of remembering now? A couple of things. Well, one is there was this client. So at the very last gig, it was like a surprise birthday party for this guy. You know, we played for all men this past weekend. Except for Sunday, it's quinceañera, which is another funny story.
Yeah.
But this guy, it was, I don't know, he was maybe turning 30 something, 40 or something. And I guess it was like a friend of his was there. He was older. This guy comes up to me. And oh no, you know, it was the one before. It was a wedding. A super nice wedding. But it was like at a house, but they made it really nice. It was North Austin. Like Cedar, like Pflugerville area. And so they even had like a stage and everything, and so we were there. But people could still pass through the stage. And then there's this one guy who was a guest at the wedding. And I didn't even see him or anything because we were facing a certain way. We were just facing, I guess, towards the wedding couple.
Yeah.
And this guy comes behind me and like grabs me on the shoulders.
Wait.
And right into my ear. He's like, play, I don't know.
Mariachi Loco.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to make up something. He said like, play Paloma Negra. And he like got right up on my face. Like grabbed me, and I was like, "What the?"
And you don't wear a mask, right?
Oh man, we can't, dude. We can't. The only one who was wearing JM, the only person who didn't sing.
Yeah.
But no, we can't because we don't have our microphones anymore, and no, Asael blasting the trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way anybody's gonna hear me.
Yeah.
Or hear us and then Chris. Imagine Chris wearing a mask. You know how soft Chris sings.
Yeah.
He's really soft.
Yeah.
Sings really nice and tuned and pretty, but really soft.
Yeah, he does.
And so he was like, right up in my face and asked me to play a song. I'm like, cool, you know, just get away.
I hate when that happens, man.
And they did it at the next gig too, but the guy didn't get as close. And you know, people try to get close, but now I'll just like move away.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, when they even try approaching me, I'm like, nope. Talk to this guy.